Hola peoples, how's it going today? So sorry about the absence, but I've had to get on the mend. I think there's a new variant going around with the beer bug. I'm not going to say too much on YouTube in fear of getting flagged, but anyways, we're going to go ahead and try this again. So I tried to run a video not too long ago and I just ended up hacking my lungs out, so I was just couldn't be really too arsed to deal with it at the time. And decided to get myself on the mend. Oh, wow, look, and there's Temperance. Healing again. So anyways, it's good to hear from you guys again. Hopefully I don't end up giving you guys a bit of a nasty cough every now and then. I'll do my best to keep it under control. So welcome back. This is Aluminum Tarot. If you like what you see here, please give a like, share, and subscribe, especially if the reading resonates for you. Also, if you would like a reading, please reach out to me at the description box below. Got a website there. Also, you can get a pretty decent reading, and then I can certainly answer 1, 2, or 3 questions for you. Additionally, if you see any people on the internet posing as tarot readers, please be sure to block, shun, ban these people, send them to the 4 corners of the earth, whatever you have to do to make sure that they don't rise up again. Fight the Hydra. Make sure you play your part in doing so, because every time we slay one head, 2 more grow in its place. So that being said, let's go ahead and kick things off here. So that's pretty much it. So we're going to be reading for the sign of Scorpio today. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of June 2023. We're going to catch up with these water signs for the rest of this week. And then after that, we're going to get in some love readings and maybe some other interesting readings for you guys. I'm going to try to step things up again, catch back up from my absence. Anyways, let us begin. So, let's see here. Yeah. I'm going to skip the deck on this one, so that we'll just go ahead and catch up. Anyways, let's begin. Sun, Moon, Rising, Scorpio for June 2023. What's happening for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, June 2023. What's happening for the sign of Scorpio for Sun, Moon, and Rising, June 2023. What's happening for Scorpio for the Sun and Rising Scorpio, June 2023. One more good old shuffle. I hope you guys like this video a bit better. I'm going to give it another test run. And hopefully we can just switch things up a bit, because I think it's good to kind of see how I'm shuffling the cards, how I'm getting the readings out. So let's go ahead. Let's start with the Celtic Cross, and then we'll go to Moonology. I'll make sure I use those for today, because my Kipper decks are somewhere in my bag, and I don't feel like going over there and getting them now. I've gotten all nice and comfy sat where I am now. Okay, let's begin. So, how does Scorpio see themselves? So that's Temperance reversed. And this is what's crossing the card. The challenge for the card. The recent past. Okay, near future. All right, what's at the core? What's at the root? What is at the crown of the reading? Right. How does Scorpio see themselves? What is in their environment? Rough. Cards are a bit jumpy today. Hopes and fears. And last but not least, we have the outcome. These cards really want to fly out today. So, signifier for the entire reading. All right. So there is a lot going on here. So I'm going to go ahead and tap into the energies here. Bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor reversed, which means that someone is losing control of a situation, or maybe they're trying to be too controlling. We're going to find out exactly who that's related to. And yeah, it just seems here that we have someone at the current moment who is a bit off kilter, right? If we could say that. A bit off kilter, a bit imbalanced. And a lot of this is due to the fact that they're in their head about something, specifically something that is kind of dominating their thoughts quite a bit, and they're not really sure how to get out of that specific situation. That said, we can actually look into the recent past, which is the Ten of Pentacles. This was a very stable financial situation, or even a marriage, because we do have the husband and wife, the entire legacy, the two dogs, the white picket fence, and all that good stuff in the background. And what we see is a person who has basically had it all. They felt like they had it all. But what happened here? Clarify the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. Seemed like they were in a very stable, solid, committed relationship, something that gave them a lot of depth, a lot of emotional satisfaction and support. And I'm going to assume now that everything is kind of broken apart. This long-term relationship, marriage, partnership, stable, committed relationship, or at least stable relationship, has now turned into something where there is a lack of cooperation and a lack of clarity. We'll see exactly why that is. Clarify the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, someone has given up. Why did they give up? Why did this person give up? Yeah. So, what I'm getting here, okay, and also we have Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which indicates someone being pushed out, pushed away, and then we also have the Nine of Wands reverse, someone actually giving up. So it looks like to me like someone who was in this previous committed relationship is now currently facing a crisis that they have, they have experienced, or they feel that they have been subjected to. And I feel like this person, this particular Scorpio that I'm reading for, feels as if this was imposed on their life and that they have no way to escape it. When in fact, they actually can escape this situation. But they'll just have to take the blindfold off and step away from the swords. This is basically a situation, eight of swords, 8 being the number of the person, the self, the individual, and then the swords, of course, being mental air energy. So when you put the two of those together, this is a person who thinks about things only in relation to the self and not necessarily to the external environment, indicating the blindfold here. And so you can get that picture in this particular deck. You can see that there is very little emotional energy involved in this particular process, indicated by the watch at the bottom of the card, and then in the castle in the background, that kind of represents the stability, in my opinion, the stability that is waiting for them, the clarity of thought, being able to see over the lands. But in this particular situation, this person is unable to, and that is the challenge, getting out of that. That said, with the two of these together, we then move on to, the lack of cooperation here in the near future. Someone basically giving up, refusing to be a part of this third-party situation, this so-called team effort. And this is also, if I'm not mistaken, this is due to a bit of lies and deception, if I'm not mistaken. So I feel like this person is extricating themselves from this relationship. Something that they felt they were very happy about in the past, they now no longer feel so. And the reason why we see this is that we have the star at the core or the root of this particular reading. The star, of course, is a major arcana. This is a moment of healing. This is a moment of guidance, divine guidance, vulnerability, and being open to the new. So this is represented by Aquarius. You of course, have the 8 stars here, and with the largest star being the North Star. And this is actually the guiding star that's going to help you to find the new light that will give you the illumination that you seek. This is also the same star that is found within the hermit's lantern as he is searching for the wisdom and truth from within. So that said, keep in mind that this star also comes after the tower, and this kind of reminds me a bit of a tower moment right here. So although it's not indicated in the spread, it feels like this moment has passed, and this person is now seeing that, the stability that they once had is no longer there, and that they are walking away from this particular situation. The Ace of Swords reverse also indicates a lack of communication or clear communication. So there could even be lies and deception, things of that nature, but also a lack of speaking or even blockages in speaking. Normally that's indicated by the 8 of Wands reversed, but it could also take place in the 8 of Swords as well. And then, of course, lack of cooperation with the 3 of Pentacles reverse. This is a person who is refusing to be a team player. And, for them, it just seems, I get the impression and I get the phrase in my head, things fall apart. It's like you're slowly watching your life dissolve before your eyes. All the great things that you once had in the past are now no longer a part of your particular current present state. I want to peer a little bit into this and see exactly what you are healing from. So what is it that the Scorpio is healing from? Wow, okay, so dear Scorpio, you have experienced a massive breakup or an injustice. What is this injustice related to? I would even say a divorce if it's a long-term relationship or marriage. Yeah. And you are moving on. You have 2 cards here of moving on, as you see here. Once again, I do not do parlor tricks. This is tarot. The tarot speaks to me. It's not, well, it is the other way around. But we have just pulled 2 cards. One is the Chariot, and that is of moving on, moving forward in life. And this is the 8 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which is moving away from something that no longer serves you, so that you can find your 9 of Cups, which is personal, internal fulfillment. And by doing so, you were able to kind of, find something that's more emotionally satisfying to you. So, that said, we understand now what is at the core of all of this. We can then peer into what we already know about this. You are getting over a heartbreak, and specifically looking at this particular, card here, the 5 of Cups reverse. We say that there are the 2 of Cups behind you, and all you really have to do is turn around, and you'll see. So sorry, guys. You'll also be able to see, the bridge behind you, and in this bridge you'll be able to get to the castle at the back, which will give you that new stability in your life, this new foundation that you can build upon. You're still looking at the 3 of Cups, but now you realize that those 3 cups have been spilt, and now you're heading towards your 2 of Cups, processing, getting over the heartbreak that has taken place in the past. So, that said, we're going to go ahead and take a look at how you see yourself. The Moon reverse. Now, the Moon indicates secrets, it indicates intuition, it indicates fear, doubt, and uncertainty, FUD, as they like to call it, and sometimes in economic speak. But we have here in the upright, we have one wolf we have one dog that is, tamed, and another that is feral. So that indicates the dualistic nature of, the human condition. and using both sides to actually gain intuition and knowledge within things that are unclear. Because when you're walking at night and you just have the moonlight, there could be a lot of things outside, things that we're not really certain about. But it's important to know that using that, narrow and very dim guiding light, you're able to navigate your path forward. And so what we see is that, we have the crustacean coming out of the water, indicating the deepness of the subconsciousness, because normally the crayfish, they live pretty much at the bottom of the water, scavenging off of food. So when they're rising to the surface, they have taken a long time to get to where they need to go, to get on dry shores. And so that is specifically what you're trying to do here. You're actually in that process with the moon in reverse, because now you see things as they are. It's clear. It's almost like moving into the solar force, the solar energy that is important for you to gain clarity on a specific situation. What exactly is it that Scorpio is trying to gain clarity on? Oh, okay. So I wasn't expecting that, but we have the sun. So we had the moon for you, and now we're pulling the sun right next to each other. That was very unexpected, but what we can see here, when we look at the two of cards put together, what we notice is that you're becoming clear on what has made you unhappy for such a long time. Whether it was behaviors of the person that you were dealing with, whether or not it was the shame, the guilt, this is the sun reversed. When you are in the upright with your sun, you are in your full potential. You are in your elements. You are actually able to express yourself. You're able to enjoy yourself in your full person. You are naked, innocent, youthful. And also with the sunflowers in the back, it shows that you are receptive to the illumination that the sun provides. In this particular situation, it feels like you're cut off from that illumination. And you do not feel confident. You do not feel innocent anymore. You feel broken, beaten down. And these are the things that are coming forward to you from the moon reversed. So it's almost like if these two were in the upright, I would say you're gaining clarity on the illusions that you spoke, that you experienced in the past. But in here, it's like it's becoming clear of how you feel. It's no longer about the external. It's about how you see and perceive yourself in all of this that's going on. Again, we're being involved in the self. And that specifically indicates that someone has been dealing with an internal struggle, leaving them off balance from the particular situation that they have gone through. And the reason why I feel that this is like a tower moment is because we go from stable, solid, steady Ten of Pentacles, stable, solid, steady King of Cups, decimated, now falling, giving up, not being able to work, dealing with lies and deception, and a lack of communication that you once had. And so we're also moving from the earth and the water. Now we're moving to the fire and the swords as the primary energy. Of course, we do have more earth here. Now, from the past, you have the 10. From the future, we have the 3. So 10 minus 3 is 7. Operating in the negative, this is a place of indecision and of waiting to see what kind of investments that you have been putting your energy and efforts into. So now you're basically in a limbo period, and it can feel that way. It's like, what was I doing in this relationship? What was I investing in? Was this a relationship based on sex? Was it a relationship based on illusions? Was it one-sided? And I just didn't see it at the time. What was I putting my energy and my resources into that would allow me to feel this way? What made this relationship feel so good? And now it feels so terrible. Who took this away from me? I feel you kind of ruminating over that at the moment. In the environment, we have the Page of Pentacles. I'll clarify and see exactly why that's so. Clarify the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So I'm going to say this. If this wasn't a long-term relationship and you just felt that it was a bit superficial and shallow, but with a deep emotional or spiritual connection, maybe in your environment, the person that you're dealing with basically put you in the friend zone and they went off to explore other options. That's the King of Wands reverse. Insecure, inconsistent energy that is sexual in nature, that is action orientated in nature, but scattered. And so maybe their focus is on other things. Maybe their focus is on other people. And for you, you have been put in the friend zone. What is the person's focus on at this moment? Yeah. So we see here, we have two more people. There's a lot of court cards in your environment. We have the King of Wands reverse, the Queen of Swords. We have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck with the Page of Pentacles. There are a lot of fucking people in this relationship that this person is fucking or dealing with. And it's not really, well, it's quite clear. We nearly have all the elements here. The element that is missing from the environment is a cup orientated court card. There are no King or Queens of Cups, no Knight or Page of Cups. The King of Cups was in the past. That was left behind. So the love that you shared with this person was left behind. And what remains is coldness, trying to get clarity on a situation. You have non-commitment, non-committal energy, rebelliousness towards, this structured societal order, which can indicate like a carefree, lascivious way of life. Decadent, you could even say. And the King of Wands reverse being, of course, inconsistent, and then, of course, not really offering you much, because the Page of Pentacles here, this is what they really offer you. In the past, you felt that you had the Ten of Pentacles with this person. And the King of Cups, this indicates a depth of emotion and a superficial, status-orientated relationship. But what you're left with now in your environment is a wee little pentacle here. This is what this person gave you. They didn't give you much to offer. They didn't have much to offer. They presented themselves maybe in the beginning as such. But now you're left with nothing. This person's going off to explore their options. And of course, to remain non-committal. So think about that a bit. What is it exactly that you actually received from this relationship? Because relationships are, pretty much give and take. If one person is taking more than the other, one person is giving more than the other, and then the relationship will remain inconsistent and imbalanced, as we see from the Temperance here. And that's the core of this relationship that we know now. So give yourself time to think about that. How will you bring this relationship back into balance compared to what you thought you had, as opposed to what you do have now? That said, we're going to the Wheel of Fortune. What we think here is that the Scorpio that we're reading for is looking for a change of fortune and also the ability to move forward with their lives. We'll see exactly what that is. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Clarify. What is the Page of Swords about? Okay. So we look at this and we see the Wheel of Fortune clarified by the Page of Swords and then by the Nine of Pentacles. So if I were to read this left to right, I would say to a person, yeah, fortune and fate had it that I would be single again. How do I do this? What is it that I need to reflect on from the past? Because of course he is looking to the left being the past, and the Queen of Pentacles, well, not the Queen of Pentacles, but the Nine of Pentacles is looking to the future and also looking at the bird, the taming of the energies needed to find discipline, routine, saving money, and being financially independent, having abundance in the material level. You're reflecting on the past. You're looking, it's almost like the Page of Swords is looking at this change in fortune that they've received throughout this entire, relationship. And they're reflecting on what created this shift, this dynamic that has made everything fall apart. But if they were to look to the right, they would see that now this is the change of fortune. What you have now is the capability to pick yourself up off the ground, to realize the abundance all around you that you have built over the years from your own doing, not from the person in the past. You have the Ten of Pentacles in the past that you thought you had with this person here. And you can see the King of Cups looking at this Ten of Pentacles, holding back the emotions. This is something that they loved very much about this relationship. But now you have the Nine of Pentacles that's taking away the Ace of Pentacles, the offer that this person had given to you from the page. 10 minus 1 equals 9. 9 of Pentacles. That's who you are now. And that's what you aspire to become. Mathematically speaking, if we look at the tarot, we can see patterns that arise from the messages that Spirit wants to tell us. And these patterns actually give us a depth of clarity. So, looking at that, think about that this is the person that you aspire to become now. Even if one person takes away their offer, you still have 9 pentacles left here, giving yourself the ability to pick yourself up off the ground, move forward, and use the abundant energy that you already had. That was what you brought. And just think about it. If in your environment there's only 1 pentacle and this person doesn't have anything to offer, who was carrying the relationship in this? You'd see that you brought 9 of these 10 pentacles to this relationship, and the person that you were fucking around with only brought 1. I'm going to let that marinate in your head for a bit, because that also goes to show that you need to know your worth. Don't play with people who offer very little in your relationships, and you're carrying all the weight. You still got 9 of Pentacles. You're going to be just fine on your own, but you have to learn that. You have to get out of your head in order for you to see that that's what's going on for your future. So, that said, we have the Lovers. Lovers is the final card here. Clarify the Lovers. Clarify the Hangman, Spirit. There's a lot going on here. Wow. Okay, so remember we were talking about the 7 of Pentacles. 10 minus 3 of Pentacles here. That was the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles has now come out as the outcome. So that is the synchronicity that we're dealing with today. And we also have the 9 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. So this is the energy that you're coming out of. You're choosing the Lovers. It's the choice. It's not necessarily a relationship. It is the choice to come out of this stuck energy being the 8 of Swords here. And then we have you're coming out of the 9 of Swords, which means that you're going to be more mentally balanced from the pain and the heartbreak that you've experienced from that 3 of Swords moment. And then you have the 7 of Swords reverse, finding out the truth behind the relationship that you had to deal with. And realizing that the guilty party remains guilty. 9 plus 7, that is 16. 1 plus 6 is 7 of Swords, comes back to the guilt. 9 minus 7 equals 2 of Swords. That is choosing to block things out. What you need to do, I would actually recommend that you operate in the negative. Cut this person out. Be the 2 of Swords. Protect your heart. And be sure that you are protecting your resources too, because you're going to need those resources for you to make it on your own. So if this was a marriage and you're separating, then of course you need to use the money that you've got now to build your new foundation. If this has been a long-term relationship or even a job, save your money, make sure that you've got enough so that when you're ready to move and do the next phase of your life, you can. That said, you have the 7 of Pentacles now. Once again, 10 minus 3 is 7. You are now investing in yourself. You are choosing to invest in your life the way you see fit. And by doing so, you're taking those Pentacles. You're taking 9 of Pentacles. You're putting 7 back to invest in the future. You're taking the 2 of Pentacles. You're using that to juggle your life. And guess what? That was the signifier for this entire reading. The 2 of Pentacles. So 9 minus 7 equals 2 of Pentacles. And in this 2 of Pentacles, that is when you're going to take action to juggle all the things in your life that you find are going to help you to build this new foundation. And you need the earth to build a foundation. It won't work with water. It won't work with fire. It won't work with air. You cannot build castles with air. You cannot build castles with water. You cannot build castles in the sky. You build them on terra firma. You'll be juggling a lot, of course, but in the end, you will get over this 3 of Cups reverse, which has been the heartbreak, being put in the third party, being cheated on, falling out of a group, of a person that you have deemed to be your everything in the past. You are your everything. Do not lose sight of that for the rest of the month of June. And you'll see in July how this comes to pass. I'm going to pull one Moonology card from the deck and then we'll end the reading here. What is some advice that we can give our lovely Scorpios? What is the advice we can give our lovely Scorpios? Okay. What advice do we have for our lovely Scorpios? We have 2 cards. Okay, today's your lucky day. So, I read these in the upright. Balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Your hard work is paying off. So, this is your hard work here, the 2 of Pentacles. And this is going to allow you to regain your confidence, to regain the energy and the efforts and the value that you have put into yourself, back into yourself, so that you can grow back that 10 of Pentacles. All you need is 1 pentacle more to regain confidence in what was truly there. You create your 10 of Pentacles by offering yourself a new, solid, stable foundation, an opportunity with a new pentacle. Use 2 of the 7 pentacles left. Juggle your life. Find things that you love to do. Get the activities in. Explore your hobbies. Make sure that you're balancing your budget. And you'll find the things that you need to. And of course, your hard work will pay off, as it's shown in this card here. New moon in Capricorn. This is the coming of age of a new phase in your life, where you are moving from goal to goal. You're becoming more goal orientated, and you are finally making it in your new phase in life, shining your own legacy rather than worrying about the legacy of someone else that you thought existed but was really only a page of pentacles. I think that's all I need to say about today. Thanks so much for joining me again. This has been Aluminum Tarot. It's a pleasure to read for you today. If you like what you saw and this resonated with you, please like, share, and ding the notification bell. Subscribe, share with your friends. Also, if you like a personal reading, please reach out to me and I'll be sure to get that sorted for you. hopefully this weekend I can take some time again to make the website a bit simpler for making the bookings, because it's a bit all over the place right now, but it does work. That is pretty much it. Thanks so much. Take care, and until next time, bye now.